Hello, Barmy Badger Army.
Hey, Badger Army.
Well, how is everyone? Dramatic pause. I hope you guys are all well. The Badger is fine. We have survived. January is official. We've got through it. The sun's out.
Yes, so you have a 100% survival rate for all Januaries to date.
Woohoo!
And you also survived the first week of February as well.
Excellent. I'm off next week. Haha!
As am I.
Which is great news. But yes, everything is going all right in Badger HQ. Those in the know that I had a terrible week last week, but it was a bit of a disaster. But things are better now. We've moved on. The phone's fixed. Everything's good. What about you, Nick? How have you been?
I've been all right. I've been really busy the last few days. I went to a events fair called Surviving Actors on Saturday. I'm now a member of the VoiceOver Network.
Oh, very posh.
I'm just signed up for a short drama course.
Okay, that's very
And
cool.
I'm also doing a one-day TV presenting course this Saturday.
Okay. And of course, you were in a feature film which you told me you got some really good scenes in, apparently.
Yes. Last night I was at a restaurant in Hatfield.
I'm very posh.
Filming scenes for a feature film called The Unveiled Truth.
Oh, very cool.
It's what's known as a Nollywood film.
A Nollywood film?
Yes.
Embrace us. Tell us what that's about.
That's a term given for the Nigerian film industry.
Okay, that's
which
new.
is apparently really big. You know,
Really? Okay.
It's not far behind Hollywood and Bollywood.
Really?
in
Okay,
terms
that's
of
very
production.
unusual.
I mean, it has a bit of a reputation for a lot of its films being quite OTT.
Right, yeah, similar to Bollywood, yeah.
Yeah, it churns out quite a lot of films. And so yes, I've got a role in one of those.
Oh, very interesting. That's something to really look forward to.
Yes, so yes, I'm playing a music producer in that film.
Very cool. And of course, as you guys know, we started Fallout 4 the other day, and it's perhaps one of the biggest received games on the channel to date. We had some great people coming in and out, got some new subscribers, we got some old favourites pop in. We also started Sonic Mania as well. That's been a big hit on the channel. Everyone seems to be really enjoying it. I'm really proud of you guys for how well you've received that. And of course, in recent community news, we've got some great news. Zarek002 had his face reveal and 200 subscriber special. He did fantastic. Really proud of him. He was great there. Indeed, big up Zarek. He did really well that time. So great news to him. And big shout out to Streamer Elite, our continued sponsor. Thank you very much. But yes, we have had a great time, and as I said, we survived January, which I was really pleased with. Everything seems to be going to plan now. The status quo has shifted. The blue moon has apparently changed back, Nick. Do we know much about that?
Not a great deal. I mean, the term "once in a blue moon"
This is very true.
used to describe stuff that pretty much never happened.
This is true, yeah.
So, now everyone's talking about a blue moon like it actually does happen.
Exactly, so it actually does happen. Apparently it's this thing where it's like a shift in the sort of atmosphere, and anything can happen within like these 3 weeks around this blue moon, apparently.
Did we have like
very
a red
bizarre.
moon at one point?
Yes.
Was that last week?
Yes, it was.
Was that
There was a
week
red
ago?
moon the last week or the week before. We've had some really strange weather actually lately, because it snowed, like 6 times in recent months around
Briefly.
this area. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a lot of snow here in Essex.
Yeah.
We're actually quite lucky weather-wise because we don't have nearly as much rain as a lot of other areas.
This is very true.
And we actually have on average more sunshine than a few Middle Eastern countries.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. But what I do know is, it snowed like 6 or 7
less
times.
rainfall at something like that. Either way, we fare better than a lot of them.
Really?
So,
It's unusual.
Yeah, it's so yes, I think it's but yes, we're through January and spring is not that far away. However
that
much
far.
it seems like it is far away on like a cold morning.
Yes, indeed, it does seem like it. But of course, the sun's out now. It's rather crisp, but we enjoy it. I mean, the other week we did a vlog, and literally it absolutely bucketed down 2 seconds afterwards. I couldn't believe it.
Yes, it did. We had to race back to
HQ.
back to HQ pretty quickly.
It was insane. Yeah, I couldn't believe how fast it downpoured. And we're like, right, quick, go! It was brilliant. But yes, so the weather's been really screwed over. I mean, look at that. What was it, about 3-4 months ago now, with the mist and all the and all the stuff coming from the Sahara, the sand in the air and
Yeah,
stuff. That was very bizarre.
it was.
It was very bizarre.
And the sky went like, was it orange or something?
It was.
Like that?
It was like an orangey yellow. It was very
Yeah.
strange because of all the mist and all the sand in the air. I've never seen anything quite like it. It was very bizarre.
Yes, it wasn't the end of the world though. That's
No.
the most important thing.
No, indeed it wasn't. But you know, talking about that sort of thing, Nick, is the world flat? Your views?
All science suggests it's not.
Really?
The thing is, we've done a lot of. The thing is, there's been lots of research about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's been, science say, we can say. I know that we can say that, it does seem unusual that the water doesn't all fall out.
This is true.
But I just.
That's gravity for you, Nick, isn't it? It's gravity.
But yeah, it's. And also worth remembering that the Earth is not perfectly round. It's not a perfect sphere like a football.
This is true. No.
There's. You can read a lot of articles that talk about if the world was flat,
Yeah.
then the way everything happens, the way like the days would come would be completely different. It's worth remembering that a lot of this belief came from the fact that people didn't have the means of doing research back then.
This is true.
It's also worth remembering that people thought thunderstorms. Nowadays we know what causes a thunderstorm.
Go on.
So it's to do with kind of with what happens in the air. It's like when.
Isn't it when the atoms clash?
Yes. It's all to do with clouds and the likes of that. Back in many moons ago, around the time like Shakespeare was writing stories and stuff, people thought thunderstorms were the result of God throwing a temper tantrum.
Well, this is very true. I mean, everyone sort of says that when it rains, it's God's tearing and things like that, don't they? So that's a very interesting one. Well, let's talk about some other conspiracy theories then, Nick. So what do you think of like Roswell? What are your views on Roswell?
Roswell?
Area 51 and things like that.
I don't know a great deal about
really?
that. I've
Okay.
not really researched it
Haven't you?
much.
In the 1960s, they found, it was this big thing about whether it was a hot air balloon or whether it was an alien body that they found in America. It's very interesting. You should look it up.
I'm too young and innocent for that.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
So what sort of conspiracy theories have you heard about then, Nick? Is there other things?
There's loads. We could be here for hours discussing them.
Go on.
I think I have a friend who's like absolutely convinced that there's loads of chemicals sprayed into the sky, like the sky is like engineered.
Really? That's very bizarre.
That's what I think. There's some really daft ones. There's a belief that Australia isn't real.
What?
There is a conspiracy out there that Australia is not real. It's all to do with kind of like prisoners in the past and stuff, and kind of like what happened to them. But
okay.
There are people out there who believe every Australian you meet is an actor. Is actually from somewhere else.
Really?
That's kind of like the current hardest one to take seriously.
Really?
Yeah,
So
but there's some.
they believe there's like a whole section of the world that's just like the Truman Show. That's great.
It's not even there. If you go on holiday there, you're actually being taken somewhere else.
Really?
Yes, and kind of like the pilots are all in on it and everything.
That's a legit conspiracy theory.
That has been posted. Funnily enough, the main place where the first place
bizarre.
I saw about it, it was a screenshot from a Facebook group of people who believe the Earth is flat.
Well, doesn't that surprise me? Oh dear, it's painful. It's actually painful. But yes, lots of things happening there. I can't believe that.
I think a lot of it's people with too much time on their hands.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
But yeah.
Oh dear.
I mean, there's a few out there. I mean, people are always trying to divert attention away from themselves.
This is very true.
There's a lot. I think there's lots of agendas. Whether it's newspapers, magazines.
Yes, that's true.
They're always trying to divert attention away from themselves.
Yes.
So people are more worried about what others are doing and not what they're doing.
Well, this is very true. I mean, we could go into that quite seriously, but yes, there is a definite agenda there where it's like false news, isn't it, to put you in this way, and really something else is going on in that way. Definitely.
So yes, we could sit and talk about this for hours, but we don't have hours to sit and talk about it.
But roughly about 10 minutes.
All we would say, the main thing that we would say to people, I mean, I know we've had like lots of stories like fake news.
This is very true.
But it's worth. But the main thing that you need to do is. And it is look at the information. Does it quote its sources?
This is true.
I mean, memes are an appalling source of information.
I love them
because they never have any backup to them.
This is true.
The main thing is just because something says something is on a meme does not mean it's true.
This is this is very true.
In the same way you would be questioning. We question newspapers. We often accuse newspapers of having a bias, which a lot of them make blatantly obvious.
Definitely.
Memes can do that as well.
Yes.
Any article that you see that is worth its salt will quote its sources and where the research comes from.
That's very true,
and it will provide a link to it.
Yes.
So always look out for those, and mainly I would say if you're the kind of person who shares a lot of articles on Facebook, Twitter, and the like, I would say think before you share.
This is very true.
Don't just share stuff for the sake of sharing it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, whenever I share something, I always try and add a comment as well, just to show that I've given it some thought.
That's it. You've given it some thought. It's actually
rather than just click share now.
Yeah.
Because it's something that just is after a while you're just like sharing stuff because you just want people to because you just want people to know that
you're alive.
Know that you're alive, and people, and trying to keep people to maintain interest in you.
That's true.
But I would, and if you see an article, where you look at it and you think, and how if it makes you feel angry, if it makes
that's true. Yeah,
I would say look it up before you share it.
That's it.
Because a lot of the time when news comes up, there's often a bit of an agenda. Who's sharing it? Who's sharing it? Is it a small website? Who might not have checked their facts. This is it's the whole clickbait issue as well.
Oh goodness me, clickbait. Like when they do that whole thing where blah blah's died, and it's total lie.
Sadly, there's a few people that both of us know who actually share stuff. Like in an instant, without checking it.
Yeah, Will Smith died today.
Yep.
No,
there was one about The Rock last year as well.
That's right. Yes.
One about Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead.
Okay. Yeah.
And so
it's just be careful what you share.
So think before you share.
This is very true.
If you take away one thing from us babbling on for this, it's think before you share.
Indeed.
There's a lot of it is designed to provoke a reaction.
This is very true.
And,
yes.
that's bullying more than anything else.
Indeed.
That's an indirect bullying. Bullying, the whole idea behind it is for you to get a reaction. From you. As well as to divert your attention from being positive and moving yourself forward.
Yes.
To kind of like being outraged about stuff that might not even affect you and might not even be true.
Indeed, and of course we want to wrap up today's show, but first of all I want to talk to you about something that you actually brought to my attention, which was a new craze that's going on the internet. Apparently people have been putting their arms straight in hot ovens and videoing the reaction.
Yes, or like on stoves and stuff. I mean, this just comes back to what we were saying with the Tide Pod the Tide Pod trend craze.
I know, yes.
Crazy.
Let's eat some washing tablets.
Why? Bottom line is, yes, this is YouTube. YouTube is competitive, but putting your own safety at risk in such a stupid way as that, it's not worth it.
And it was only over Christmas someone decided to cement a microwave to their head. Did I tell you about that?
I never heard of that.
No, I'll show you it later.
Now, I don't think anyone watching this is that stupid, but if you But with things, but you know, if you want to make it, if you're looking to make a quick video, which is what often people are looking to do, you know, doing something like, you know, pretending you're in an episode of Jackass, it's not worth it.
No, not at all.
So yeah, that's all that we can say. You know, it is not worth putting your personal safety or your body at risk in the hope of getting a few hits, because the thing is, a lot of the comments that you'll get are just people going, "Are you mad? You're stupid." You know, it's not going to lift you up. No one is going to call you an inspiration for putting your hand on a hot oven or eating laundry or eating washing tablets. You know,
it's just not going to happen. But all I'll say is also on that note, if you die from it, you won't be able to make the ad revenue. So what's the point? So let's have a look here. Thank you very much this afternoon, Nick. We've had a very eclectic subject matter.
We have.
We talked about acting, we talked about conspiracy theories, we talked about the weather, and we talked about mad people putting their hands in hot ovens. What could be next on the show? Thanks very much, Nick.
So yes, think before you share. Don't believe everything that you read, particularly on memes, and just keep your hands away, keep your hands and arms and yourself basically away from hot stoves.
Unless you're cooking.
Bye
for now, Barbie Badger
Army.
Army.
Burn yourself.
See you later.
That is Badger Army, and thanks for watching.
Bye.